Let's go. What's up, bro? We got a podcast in the Metaverse, bro.
Yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We were 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the Well Metaverse podcast. Peace.
I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, man. I start
out.
dancing to that every time I hear it, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the royalty-free streaming service that we got that we bought that song from. That song is.
Yeah, where'd you get that anyway?
Soundstripe.com is
Soundstripe.com.
Soundstripe.com. So I got a membership there, and I just go through, see what the hot tunes are. They even allow you to pick a mood. So it's like, you know what? Here's what I want. I want this inspiring mood. Click that, and they're like, well, here's what we got.
Cool. Yeah.
So I was like,
what mood did you pick for that?
I was like, Aaron and Jason doing a podcast. They were like, here it is. Boom,
here it
boom.
is. Yeah. First track. Man, it's good to see you, my friend.
Likewise, man.
Where you at?
Dude, I'm in DFW Airport Terminal D. It's the international terminal. Yep.
All right. Man, thanks for taking the time while you're traveling. And where are you heading?
Sunny California, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Just for like not even 24, a little under 24 hours.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow, quick there and back, huh?
Dude, quick there and back. So yeah, it'll be good. I'm performing at a school tomorrow. And I'll do that chapel in the morning and be right back.
Oh, doing a chaplain in the morning, you said?
Yeah, a chapel at a university.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's cool. I know your schedule's picking right back up, huh?
It is, somewhat, man. It's as I sat down, this stuff is like a breath of fresh air for me, man.
Yeah.
I love traveling, dude. People ask me all the time, you get tired? I was like, no, this actually energizes me. It's weird.
What a good fit. What a good thing to have if you're going to have the job you have, to be energized by travel, because there's a lot of people that don't get energized by travel.
Dude, and I got one of my spiritual gifts is sleeping on a plane.
Oh, so now do you snore?
I do snore.
So do I, man. Like I'm vicious. Like I got the CPAP machine. Like I mean, people on the plane are concerned that I could be dying. I'm sure.
Well, I don't. On few occasions. Well, when somebody's traveling with me, every now and then they say I snore. But as long as I'm sleeping upright, I don't have the snoring issues. It's when I land down, I guess my lungs we can't take it. We can't take it.
Dumb joke alert. I don't think I snore because I stayed up all night to see, and I did not snore.
That's great. But I do know the tighter that I am, the more likelihood is.
Yeah, I know. When I was drinking, my snoring was even worse than it is.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Somebody called me and messed my stuff up.
That's all right. I'm still talking. So the people at home can hear us.
So weird.
Speaking of which, we got some comments to talk about. All right. Let's see.
My sound is off.
Comedian.
Nice.
Hey,
I can read. Dennis
nice.
Gaxiola. Listen, Dennis Gaxiola is, dude, he has 2 of the top 10 dry bar specials. One person got 2 specials in the top 10. It's ridiculous. This dude is off the charts.
Wow. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks.
Dude,
thanks for watching, man.
I'm gonna go out and come right back. How
All
about
right.
that?
All right.
This is
Well, Dennis, I'm going to say good to see you. Sterminator is in the house. Hello again. Bring out the amazing LollyDee. Yeah, Sterminator, you're ruining the surprise, man. Our person that we're bringing in today is LollyDee. Actually, I
yes,
guess it wasn't a surprise. It's in the title of the title of the thing. So
the
Sterminator, don't worry.
Terminator.
It's all good. All right, our favorite Kimberly Ann. Yay, my weekly Tuesday smile. Wow. So cool. So
Oh,
cool.
so awesome, Kimberly.
Yeah. And Chester says, Jason, your name came up in a Zoom last night with our mutual friend, the very cryptic TC.
TC Stallings.
All
That's
right.
my guy.
Cool.
That's my
cool.
dude. What kind of I'm assuming TC was teaching some acting. TC Stallings is the lead actor in War Room. Also
Oh,
in
okay.
Courageous. Very good friend of mine. I love that dude, him and his family. They are some awesome people.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And Chester also says he loves the consistency. And Kobe says finally got to see the Meta podcast live. Yeah, buddy.
That's great. I wouldn't
Glad
call it a
you're here.
podcast.
right. Yeah, that's right. We changed it to the well. This is a good time to chat about this, actually. So
Yeah.
this past Friday, when we were in the Metaverse, Jason and I and a whole host of people contributed to the conversation. But we were
Such
really,
a good one.
dude, how about that? How about
so
that?
rich.
Man, to
That's
come
what-
in, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This probably isn't that fun for the people that weren't there to just hear about how cool it was. But we're going to play some clips from that next week. But,
Yeah, next week. Tune in next week, y'all. It's
oh,
gonna be
man.
good.
It was good. But what we were talking about is, what are we doing here with this show, with this podcast, with this live event experience? And we have been doing the live event in Horizon Worlds, then the live stream, and then we've been posting it to an audio podcast. And, if you're going to do everything, you're not going to do anything good. You're not going to do anything well. So we decided to kind of narrow it down, and we're thinking, where is the value? Where is the value in what we're doing? And we decided to drop the audio podcast completely because it's a completely different animal and it takes a different set of production skills.
And we didn't have the bandwidth to support the 1 million people who listen to that podcast.
That's right.
Every day.
It will disappoint those million people, but they can tune in on the live stream.
Right.
But
how many downloads was it for real though?
So, like on the podcast, we got very few listens, and again, that doesn't surprise me because it was produced for video. So to listen to video as just audio,
it's a headache.
To me, it wasn't that engaging, But we had maybe a dozen people that would listen to it, and hopefully we don't lose those people. Hopefully those folks are able to engage in one of the other formats. So.
Here's a production tip I learned as I've learned to produce content since I've been doing comedy. People will watch something that looks horrible and sound good. They will not listen to something that sounds horrible.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It can be poor video quality, but excellent sound audio, and they'll listen to it. But if it's excellent video and horrible sound audio,
forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
Forget about it.
So, which beckons the question: would you rather be, if you had to make a choice, blind or deaf? What would you choose?
I would obviously I would not want either, although I've met people that have overcome those struggles and done great with both. But I think I would maintain my eyesight over my hearing.
What do you say? I'm sorry.
I would keep my eyesight over my hearing if
so
it
you
came
would
down to it.
You would keep your hearing over your eyesight?
No, other way around. I would keep my eyesight over my hearing. So I would rather lose my hearing.
You would rather hear than see.
No. No. See, now I feel like you're just messing with me. Like, let me go through this one more time. Sorry, I can't hear you, and I can't see you.
I wanted to go one more time.
One more time, one more time,
because I was like, oh, he's buying it. Dude, he is buying this.
Yeah, I'm just, oh man,
Oh, that's so great.
Dennis says what? Oh, man,
Dude, Dennis is a great guy, man. Such a good dude.
You know what? I just realized Dennis was at the CCA, right?
Yeah. That's
right. Dennis, I just put that together, man. Good to see you again. Sorry. Wow. Yeah. He says, "What?" I think it was I think he wanted you to go one more time with that.
Yeah,
for sure.
He did. That was great. I wanted, hey, if y'all let me know if y'all knew I was messing with Aaron, or if y'all was because Aaron was thinking, "Oh, Jason is really stupid." He's like, just doesn't.
And then the way you turned, I couldn't see your ear pods. I'm like, I think he can't hear me. Yeah. All right. Rainmaker is with me. Rainmaker would also rather you lose their sight.
Say it again, Rainmaker.
Oh man, dude, this is fun, man. I love coming in here on Tuesdays, being able to engage with you, being able to engage with the people in the comments, and of course we have an incredible guest today.
Oh, do we? Do we? We have.
Oh man.
I guess I'm always giving. I give everybody a nickname because I just basically say like come up with the word picture or imagery of the first thing that's in my mind. And when I think about our guest today, man, she's like the sunshine of the Horizon Worlds. Like she brings so much, sunshine and joy and lightheartedness, man. It's so awesome.
That's a good way to describe her. Sunshine. Yeah. She does. She brightens up a room when she comes into it.
Absolutely.
And she's, I mean, we say this a lot about the people that we're involved with, but her consistency, man, if she says she's going to be there, she's there 100%. Just all in, not just physically there. She's mentally there, emotionally there. She's on board. Just incredible.
Absolutely.
And we're going to bring her out, but let me show this little clip about who she is.
I'm more of a mom now. I started out in banking. I was a bank officer and I really loved my job. I mean, I was pretty high level at a pretty young age and I really loved being the boss at the bank, but one day I dropped off my 3-year-old who looked at me through the glass like this and something said, "No, you need to be a mom. You need to get out of this life and be a mom."
Wow.
You would have told me that 2 years before that. I would have said, "You're crazy. I'm an executive, right?" But no, I learned right then and there, no, I need to be with this person. And I quit my job and stayed home and became a mom. And it was tough because I was used to sushi and, nice cars. And I had to sell my car and downgrade to an old $2,000, stick shift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, LollyDee.
LollyDee.
Man, it's good to see you.
Absolutely.
You guys, you made me cry. You're not supposed to make me cry today, Aaron.
We made you cry?
We made you cry already.
Yeah. All right. Bucket list accomplished. Bucket list. Yeah, well, we've been trying to make people cry. But no. Lolly, so appropriate that would hit you genuinely in the feelings because it's all true. And it's all, it's very important stuff. So thanks for being so genuine.
Thank you.
Lolly, you have this, as I listened to you just in that clip, you said that, man, this the little person that you're supposed to be with. And I that's one of you have the gift of being with. When you're present with somebody, you're present with them. So thank you for always being with us.
Thank you. I love people, and this platform has given me the ability to just walk up to people and become part of their conversations. And you can't do that in real life. I do it. I'll do it in Target, but not everybody's real receptive to it in real life.
Yeah.
But,
Stalker alert.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I can see that, and especially like you carry with you an authority and a presence when you're in the Soapstone. Like it doesn't have anything to do with a name tag or anything like that. But when people come in, they know that you are there to help the room continue to run smoothly. So it's good stuff.
It's like seeing you on the screen. It's like I don't know if you did this, Aaron. You like that's Lolly. That's us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Same LollyDee right there.
That is cool. That's one of my favorite things is when you connect with people in the metaverse and really get to know them, and then see them in real life or even on video screen and go, oh yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah, your brain is like bingo.
Yeah.
So good.
It's a lot of fun. The metaverse is really so fun. I every day I'm just fascinated with the whole idea that we can just all be from all over the country and all over the world and be in the same room. I'll never get over it. Never.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it looks like Exterminator says, and he gets to be your amazing assistant every day.
I have to say a thing about this boy. First of all, tomorrow's his birthday, so everybody wish him a happy birthday.
Exterminator!
Let's go.
Happy birthday, Sturm!
And Exterminator, there is not a more dedicated. You say that I'm reliable. Let me tell you, I could tell Exterminator right now, hey, on February 15th at 3:00, I need you to be here. Guess who will be there?
Yeah.
Exterminator.
Yeah.
Look, if you tell Exterminator we need you here in the U.S., he'll be like, I'm on my way.
He's great. Great. Yep.
And we just recently got to knight him in as part of the producers team, which is awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Kimberly says happy birthday to Sturm.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Lolly, where are you at?
Where am I at? I'm in my kitchen. See I showed you guys my coffee bar. This is my coffee bar. Oh, there it is.
Wait a minute. That's real? That looks like one of those wallpapers that people download.
No, that's Hobby Lobby right there. I didn't do that, but I painted everything. That's my favorite color. You might notice I wear that color all the time.
I've seen that color before, yeah.
Yeah, I wear it all the time. But I forgot my train of thought. But yeah, my son took my office, so I'm here now in the kitchen.
Now you're in Cali, right?
I'm in California. What part are you going to?
I'm going to Redding.
Redding. Oh, that's a little far. That's up in North California. I'm down in Southern California.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'd be there, Jason. I would be bringing some Starbucks.
It's not you. If you get in the car now, you can be there by the time I hit the stage
maybe.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm about to get ready to board, y'all.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, gotta leave.
Thank you for being here. While you're in the airport.
Absolutely.
How nice.
Absolutely. Couldn't have missed this one.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Safe travels, and we'll catch up with you Friday at the latest.
Let's go Friday.
See you Friday.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
All right. And then there were two. Well, this is still going to be just an incredible conversation, because I know as I was going through the clips of what we talked about in the live studio audience version, like there were a couple things that just really came through. One, you shared a lot about who you are, which is really cool, and I've got some clips to play there. And then you also shared some really good stuff on what makes people successful in the metaverse. So why don't we start with a clip where you're talking about what brought you to the metaverse?
Brought me here was, first of all, I'd seen that these goggles were coming out, right? It was like, yeah, that's cool. I always like cool new stuff, right? It's like, I love that. I love that whole effect. And then, the COVID happened, right? So I'm like, this is a perfect time. I mean, we're all home, right? Let's get these goggles. Well, they're kind of expensive. And in my family, if one gets it, everybody wants it. So, it wasn't so we had to wait a little bit, but that's what we did. And for me, it was just, this is going to be a cool experience. We're not going out a lot anymore. We're all staying home. Let's check this out.
So tell me a little bit more about that. Like COVID hit, and then you thought it's time to get into a whole new reality.
Yeah, well, in my family, I have to give my family a lot of credit. I heard a lot of awful stories about people during COVID, and there a lot of depressed people, a lot of terrible things went wrong. But I have to give it to my kids. My two boys, they're both in college, so they came home and they were just going to drink their way through COVID. That was what was going to happen. They were just going to party. Well, they did that for about 2 days, and then they realized you can't do that every day. So then they switched into the whole let's get into shape. Let's get into shape. So at my house, people, we did stuff. We cleaned things out. We took advantage. We went on trips. We did all kinds of fun things. But the goggles were like a big thing for all of us. But like I said, if one gets them, we all have to have them, and it's just not fair unless everybody has them. So even my daughter, who doesn't live here, she's got them. So we're all a VR family for sure. But yeah, and so coming in, it was Beat Saber. We all did Beat Saber, right? We still love Beat Saber, but then I found Horizons, whole different world.
Yeah. Boy, it's amazing to me how when things get disrupted, when all of a sudden our reality changes and confusion or uncertainty at least comes in, how different people will approach that. And it sounded like you were very much looking for that thing, looking for that thing to focus on and grow through the struggles. I commend you for that. I think that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we had fun. Actually, COVID was pretty fun at my house.
It
was. Yeah. But I have all adults living here. It's a whole different thing if you have small children, which my daughter deals with, and that's a whole nother podcast.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's good. And again, like when we step into stuff like that, to find somewhere new to put forth our energies. I mean, that's very much what I did. That echoes my story a bit, to where the comedy industry, of course, shut down, and it was okay. What do we do now? And found, and like I likely would not have found my way into the metaverse if it weren't for that. So while it was tragic, and while many people lost a great deal during that, some good came out of it for many different people. So
yeah.
And I am glad it brought you to the metaverse because you are an important part of the Soapstone, and I would say an important part of the entire Horizon Worlds community.
Wow.
Because you are, you a lot of people don't know how many people and worlds like you've touched in different ways. So that's cool. But talking about the metaverse, let's see what keeps you in the metaverse.
Keeps me in here is I am such a people person. I need people in my life, and my job, because I'm self-employed and I now work just by myself, doesn't allow me that. When I see my customers, I have to pretty much let them talk. I mean, that's what you do if you're a good vendor. So I have to hold so much in. When I found the metaverse, it was like, I can talk to people. They may not listen, but I can do it. And that's what keeps me here is the people.
Man.
So wait a minute, Lolly. You're a people person?
Yes. Yes. I go crazy if I can't talk. I have people to talk to. And when something's going on in the world, I want people's opinions. And I love hearing it all from everybody.
What do you attribute that to?
I don't know. I've always been that way. I ever since I was a little kid, I just always wanted to know what people thought about things. I really wanted to be a psychologist when I was younger. But my counselor talked me out of it. She said, I know what your goal is to help people, but at that time, the counselor said to me, you should understand right now, most psychologists end up in marketing jobs. Do you want to work for an ad firm? Because that's where you're going to work. And I was like, oh, and I started looking at it. And at that time, that was true. So I kind of, let myself get discouraged. But yeah, I love people. I love their stories. I love their views. And I love to hear them all because, man, you can learn something from everybody, always.
Yeah. Well, it's no doubt that you love people in that shows because there's some people showing some love to you in the comments. Michael Clark says she is a very good person with a huge heart. She has always been nice to me, and I am glad to say that she is truly a friend.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
good dude. And then
I
of
miss you. I
course,
haven't seen you. Quit fishing. Come back to the Soapstone.
there you go. Yeah, you've caught enough. Get rid of that saltwater tank and come on back and hang out, M. Clark. And of course, our good buddy Cal says, "We love y'all." Man, Cal's another person that has that same persona.
Yes.
Just comes across as a person of authority, but as a person who is caring. Like he just comes across, and whether he's in the Soapstone or the Very British Pub, like just really, he's there for people.
That's the thing, Aaron. You know, Cal is one of these people that doesn't ask for credit for anything. Like he's just there. You know, he no matter what you need, he's like, I got it, and he just does it and disappears because he's got 5 million things going on. But I'm so grateful for Cal and all the help he's given me. He's been wonderful to me.
Absolutely. Yes. And Sterminator says, I picture him saying this with an ominous tone. He says, Cal is watching. Yeah. Oh, and Kimberly Ann says she hears you back when you were talking about the socializing part. Socializing makes us happy. Yeah.
Yes, it does. It does.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, yes. What does Cal say here? She's nice to everyone. I've never known a woman so strong, lovely, and passionate. Are we close to making you cry again, Lolly?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. I wouldn't know what to do without Lolly.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Yeah.
We work together so well, and Cal and I work on a few things together. You know, we work on Good Morning Soapstone, which we love to do, and yeah, we have a blast every week. I'm so happy I get to at least have him for that hour every once a week because he's so busy. So yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And that show, like, can I brag on Good Morning Soapstone a bit?
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, it's for anybody that doesn't know, Lolly runs a show in the Soapstone with Cal called Good Morning Soapstone. And this is a very, very well-run program. Like, to go through the setup for this, like Lolly brought the idea and then let it marinate for what, about 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Through development process to get a feel for it, to understand what the show is going to develop into. And then now, like I catch you all the time in other worlds, and you're like, I'm researching for our next guest who's 3 days down the road, you know, and that's cool. And then you brought up the idea of, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could put a door to the Good Morning Soapstone guests' worlds in the Soapstone for the show and for the week following. And again, I'm like, I'm all in for that. Let's do it. So now, you know, your wonderful guests, not only do they get you that gets to research out who they are and what they're doing, but also gets a little bonus bump of some traffic to their worlds there. Harris says, I swear I've never seen Aaron wear anything besides a black shirt. Yeah. This one has a collar on though. Yeah, of course my uniform in VR is black shirt, no pants, but I do probably have pants on right now. Yeah.
Hey, can I brag about our guest tomorrow? Can I?
Absolutely, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So
and Kimberly Ann was there last week, which is cool. But yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, this week we have Mr. Rick Party, and for those people who don't know, Mr. Rick Party is the voice of ESPN Sports Center. He is also this man is incredible. I'm intimidated to interview him because he's definitely someone who's been interviewed 1 billion times, and yeah, he's got a lot going on. He's a disc jockey. He just got inducted into the Black Radio Hall of Fame. I mean, the man's incredible. So he's in the Metaverse now. He's going to share with us what he's doing there tomorrow. So it's going to be quite a show. I'm very excited. Yeah.
You know, it's amazing to me how much talent and how many big public figures are coming into the Metaverse right now. And yeah, people like Rick Party coming in and willing to engage and be involved with people. Like that's like the access to people in the metaverse is unlike anything I've seen before. It's a cool time to be involved there. Oh, Rainmaker says she needs to check out the morning show. All right, Lolly, we did it. We can conclude the show because we got somebody interested. Rainmaker,
Right.
appreciate you so much.
It's 11:30 a.m. Wednesdays Eastern time.
Uh-huh.
But it's an event. You can't just come to the Soapstone. It's an event.
That's right.
Check your
That's
event
right.
tab.
Yeah. So talking about the metaverse, we had asked you what one of the biggest challenges that you face in the metaverse, and here's what you had to say.
My biggest challenge is when people just won't let their guard down. That's my biggest challenge because a lot of times, even with, trolls that I don't see very much anymore, to be honest, we used to have a real big problem, people that come in and just want to disrupt and be evil and mean and come right up in your face and start calling you names. A lot of times, honestly, they just want attention and don't know how to get it. That's my opinion. And I have been very successful in asking them about, hey, what's going on? I mean, you seem like you're upset. What can we just talk about that for a minute? Did someone make you mad in here? Did you have a bad experience? And a lot of times you'll find out that's exactly what happened. They're angry because they misunderstood something or someone hurt their feelings or whatever. So you can a lot of times disarm people. But
Yeah. So that's the key, huh? Just kind of care about what they're going through. If you come across.
Don't we all feel that way though? We just want someone to actually care, everybody's so busy, and I know, and we are busy. We're trying to juggle a million different things. And I honestly, with all the people I talk to, I don't know anyone who doesn't have sadness in their life or bad experiences in their past or even yesterday. And so we're all struggling. We are. And so we come in here and we want to forget about it. We just want to relax, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's really bothering you, and talking it out is easier with you're behind an avatar, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. There's a phrase in the recovery community that goes, hurt people hurt people. So people who are hurting are the ones who lash out to hurt other people.
Yes.
And that's, when people come at us, whether it's in the form of trolls or whatever, that's a good thing to kind of keep in mind, is that if they're lashing out trying to hurt people, there's a good chance that they're hurting pretty bad themselves.
And I'm happy to say, at least in our Soapstone world, we actually have gotten at least 3 or 4 trolls that are no longer trolls, because they hang out at the Soapstone and they love being part of that family and that group. And now they're going off and doing more productive things. And boy, does that make us happy, right? We look at that like our family, our Soapstone family did that. We made a difference.
Yeah. And it's a mindset. People come in. Sorry. M. Clark says, you're the troll exterminator. Like, all right. I guess that's one thing you could take.
You're going to send them for me, Michael. They're going to come for me now.
You're right.
Oh, no, she's not.
Yeah. But no, that's like people have a certain mindset. People have played video games in the past, and like the game is to come in and try to troll and hurt people. Like that's just, the game to it. But then you come into Horizon Worlds and you realize, oh wait, this is a whole different game. You've got many people that are making a living in Horizon Worlds. You've got people that have come into this new world, this new environment, this wild, wild west, and figured out a way to add value and receive compensation for it. Like, this is not a video game for the sake of video game.
Right.
This is a community and a new a new economy that's coming up. So it's cool, and I love it when we see people come in and make that mind shift of, wait a minute, there's something more to this, and whether that be potential business opportunity or whether that be opportunity to connect genuinely with people, or preferably both. That's
well, there are business opportunities in the metaverse, but there are some occurring outside of the metaverse because of connections people are making in the metaverse.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is equally as important, because you meet people you would never meet in real life, and all of a sudden you have a relationship and a partnership with someone in Indiana you would have never met. And it's amazing. It's just, I can't say enough great things about the metaverse. I love it.
Film Sensei Jay in the house. He says Lolly is a troll turner, not a troll exterminator. That's that's well said. Yeah, because and again,
all of us, we all do it. And I will tell you, Sensei's part of our family too. There are the kindest, nicest, supportive people in the metaverse. I mean, yes, we have angry people, but for every one of those, I come across 10 amazing, wonderful people. And I will, I've been in there a long time, and I've been in the Soapstone where the traffic is heavy. So I see it. I see the numbers. It's a good place.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. Rainmaker says Horizon Worlds is definitely more than a game for sure. Yeah, this is for sure. And
can we talk about how sweet?
Yeah,
how sweet.
Lord
Thank
Jules.
you, Lord Jules. Can we talk about kids in the metaverse for a minute? Or we
absolutely, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because I one of the things that drives me crazy is people just automatically say, "Oh, there's kids," and I want to say I'm a very kid-oriented person. I love children; they are amazing to me. I find them as fascinating as adults. However, I like my time in the Soapstone when I'm having a conversation, and I don't really care for the caramel bottle to be flying by my head or someone screaming in my face. So all I say to them is, people just try to remember that these kids come in, especially in the Soapstone, they just wander in there. They have no idea why they're there, what they're doing, and they're just being kids. So sometimes if the adults can just treat them like you would if they were running through your house and talk to them for a minute, most of them will go, "Oh, sorry." Really, most of them do. I have no problem with most of the kids behaving. Now, that's being said, that's also most of the adults, right? So
yeah, that's right.
Let's be fair to the kids. Just be nice to them, guys. Just gently convince them to leave the room. It works. It works.
Yeah, and you know what? Film Sensei says some of the best, most respectful people he's met in Horizon are under 18. And then Facebook user, I'm not sure, whoever made this comment, we can't see you because you're incognito there. But great to see LollyDee on here. Such an awesome person. And you're talking about both that grace or that understanding, but also the rules, because ultimately. The Soapstone is a place that's designed for people over 18. It's a place that we can go hang out with friends and that. So there are rules that have to be enforced. Let's hear what you have to say about enforcing the rules.
He says, "Oh, you guys are the police or whatever." And I always tell him, think about it. Why would we want to empty the room? We don't want to empty the room. We're just asking if we can keep the room happy, because what they do, people will come in and be so disruptive, and then pretty soon everybody's like, let's just get out of here. And they'll go to another instance or whatever. But if we could just, relax the situation, which we can do 90%. Yeah, can't we just all get along?
Can't we all just get along, Lolly?
We can. And even the toughest people sometimes, I have turned the conversations. They come in, it's a comedy club. You have to be able to do this and you have to be able to do that. This isn't a real comedy club. And I always point out to them that, well, you didn't get in your car. You didn't pay for tickets. You didn't have to drive somewhere. You didn't have to fight traffic. You got to put on your goggles, and here you are enjoying some wonderful comedy with some of the people, your friends from all over the world. So you can't swear. I mean, come on. Can we give that one thing up? I mean, that's all we're asking for you to do.
Yeah, right.
Just be kind and polite like you would, in a public place. That's all we're asking. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah. Eric Rodriguez says, hello. Hey. Oh, and James Sturminator has done some research, some detective work, and Zach, you've been exposed. You are a Facebook user. Oh, but he changed his settings because he's back and he loves the positivity. Let's see, Film Sensei. But we've got a lot of great comments. You guys keep these comments coming in. This is such an important part of this. Film Sensei says, no one builds a world so they can block everyone from it. Builders want visitors in their worlds. Absolutely.
That's so true.
Yeah. It's
So true.
we care deeply about the feedback, and it's so encouraging to see people engage with the world and enjoy it. Harris says, when you have a kid in the instance when syrup bottles start flying and you get weighted in with VR snack. Oh yeah, that's talking about. That's one thing that the kids engage in very, very heavily is when they come in, like they'll see the snacks and the coffee, and they will immediately start going around to people and saying, hey, can I bring you a cup of coffee? Can I bring you a snack? Like it's really cool. I like that.
Can we talk about like Zach the Tartan Lad? I mean, come on, that kid.
Oh my, this kid. Yeah.
He's like the favorite in Horizon. You talk about people loving somebody. This kid's from Scotland, right? He goes on YouTube. He finds old 50s music, Elvis, and not his parents. He finds it. Right. And then he starts doing karaoke. He shows up in the Soapstone one day, and he's from Scotland. Says Zach the Tartan Lad, and he's singing Elvis tunes. And we about fell over. This kid is so popular everywhere. He's on a stage somewhere at all times. He's great.
Absolutely. I came in and he was cranking out some Michael Jackson the other day. And like he had the movement. Like this kid's doing his research.
Yeah, he does. He's great.
Oh, and Zach the artist is a fan.
Oh yeah, he's great. We love him.
Zach says, great name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's so cool. And when we give people opportunities, oftentimes they will shine. But it often takes a minute. People can come in, and if they're not accepted, if they don't feel like it's a safe place to showcase their talents, they're just going to go away, or worse yet, they're going to never have the opportunity to showcase those talents. So that's so important for us to continue to encourage people towards the spotlight, for us to continue to embrace people and encourage them to do their thing.
Aaron, I got to tell you, there's been so many people, and it's not an exaggeration. I'm telling you, it's the truth. I've had people, a girl just said this to me last week. She said she hadn't picked up her guitar. I think I told you this. She hadn't picked up her guitar in 5 years. Yeah. She didn't feel good anymore. She said she'd been too long. She just was too afraid to even try. She came into the Soapstone, started watching the musical showcase, and thought, you know what? I can do it in here. Nobody knows who I am. So she did. And she's been up on the stage several times since. She said she's back. She feels wonderful. And that's just one story. I've had so many people say, oh, I can sing in the shower, but I'm afraid to get up there. And they do it. And then they get stronger and stronger. And you come back in later, a week later or something, and you see these people, and now their voices are loud and they're proud. And it's just amazing. It's amazing what these goggles do for people.
That's right. That's right. And speaking of which, Mork is my name in the house, and he says one of the most morkiest Mork things he can. Y'all are the bee's knees. How many times have you heard him say something like that?
Listen, him, I have to give it to that guy. He and I, we talked about this. We were paired up together, and we hadn't worked together. So I don't know his yin and yangs, and we were learning together. But he was down there on the stage for hours, just making people roar. He just belting it out, and I'm like, man, Mork, that's a talent.
He's a special dude. He's a special dude. But it's kind of similar. Like when I first met Mork, when I first met Jordan, we were on a video conference call, and it was like a production meeting for this film that Film Sensei was putting together called Horizon Hipsters. And it was a planning meeting, and he shows up as a puppet. Like he's out of the screen, and all there is his puppet. Man, which I found out later, his puppet had his own YouTube channel for a while called Nobody, and he did film reviews and stuff like that. So, but to see him go from that to like maybe even being a little bit nervous, more Mork is the sleeping hipster. Yeah, yeah. If anybody hasn't seen Horizon Hipsters yet, go to the Film Sensei Facebook, or excuse me, the Film Sensei YouTube channel, and just look it up. Horizon Hipsters. It's so funny. It's great. It's cool. And Jordan Mork and myself are both in there, and Sensei Jay's in there. It's like it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Or actually, Sensei, I think you were doing the camera work. So, like he was doing all the.
That's another guy. That guy is always working. I run around, when I'm taking breaks and going to worlds, and I find him working. I found him in the School of Improv yesterday.
He's
yeah.
He is. He's a special dude too.
He is.
Like again, talking about like, like when we were talking about Rick, the people that are coming in to Horizon, they're phenomenally talented people, and some of them have been discovered and some of them have not. But it's amazing to see this group of people coming together. And Film Sensei, like he literally is the best on the planet at what he does. It's like there's nobody that has that complete skill set better than he does, along with the heart of a teacher, along with the personality of a friend. Like it's like this dude's,
you're right. He's willing to share things. Thank you. I mean, he shares his knowledge. He just sent me some stuff yesterday. He just, he takes time out of his day. When the last time I asked him for a clip of something, he gave it to me right away. I mean, he's just really sweet.
Yeah.
He's really sweet. I appreciate him very much.
Yeah. And that component of consistency is so important because it shows the priority. And this guy, if he says something's going to happen, it's going to happen. That's just so cool. So, but I mean, talking about success in the metaverse, you did share some things that from your perspective contribute to success in the metaverse, and I want to share some of those. We've got two quick clips that I want to share there.
Thank you. I am very empathetic. I am, and I can feel people's pain. I don't know why, but I can. And when I talk to people and they're relaying to me things, I feel that. And I try to put myself in their position and understand exactly what they're going through. And I think that helps all of us. One of the things I wanted to say to people is, I've heard people make fun of people who have an accent. They say, well, you have something in your mouth. Why are you talking like that? Well, there are disabled people in here. And I've seen people in funny positions and people make fun of them. And it's like, guys, think before we say something to somebody like that. Yeah. Think about, and I've seen good people make a joke of it and then turn around and say to the person, I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So what role do you think empathy has played in your rise to success in the metaverse, Lolly?
Like I said, I just feel like I have that ability. I'm very happy I have that ability to put myself in that person's place. And when they're telling me their story, I feel it. I feel that I feel what they feel. I don't know. Does that sound make any sense?
It should be like a YouTube, like viral video or something.
I know that's what I need sometimes. I just need, when I'm telling somebody something, I just want someone to look at me and go, oh my gosh, that's awful. I need that, I think we all need that. And sometimes that's all people need is someone to just listen. They don't necessarily need you to help. They don't need you to do anything. They just want someone else to understand what they're going through today. And, like I said, we're all like that. We all have those days. And so anyone who walking around carrying the world on their shoulders like we are, just know you're not alone. A lot of people are like that, a lot. And so find yourself that friend that you can share with. They're out there. I'm here. Find me. I love that, So, yeah.
What great words there. That, sometimes all we have to do is listen. And how crazy it is it that, a comedy club becomes more about interpersonal relationships and being supportive towards each other and being encouraging and that than it even is about comedy or performance. It's cool. And the reason it's made that transition is yourself and the other leaders in the Soapstone, you know, and I'm not just talking about the leads, although all the leads, 100% of the leads are in that category, but the cornerstone folks, the people that are casting the culture for the Soapstone, it's incredible. And I know you commented on that too, which sometimes it's hard for me to play these clips that talk about me, but I'm going to do it anyway.
We have
Y'all
some
probably
amazing leaders on our team. We have amazing leaders. And
Yeah.
that's one of the things Aaron does when he says he empowers leaders. I mean, we have a ton of leaders, don't we? And they're all coming up with
Absolutely.
great ideas all the time, right? We work together, you know, 4 or 5 of us work really good over here and another 3 over here. And we just come up with some great stuff. And you know, like Alma Jean, we love working with Alma Jean. She's awesome, right?
Yeah, my biggest thing as a leader that I've done is empowered great leaders around me. Like it's almost like a cheat code. Like I feel like I'm getting away with something by finding great people and saying, you're the best, you do it.
Yeah, but Aaron, what you do that I'm learning honestly from you is you hold on loosely. You do. You let us just go with it. You know, it's like, okay, you have that idea, do it. Just do it. Then come back and show me and I'll see. But you let us do that. And we'll even come to you sometimes and go, Aaron, did you see what, you know, that one's doing? And you'll be like, you know, and so we're learning, just, you know, hold on loosely and let people have the power and the room to breathe. And I mean, right now we're working on a teen show, and I will tell you that team of people working on that teen show are great. They have great ideas. I would never think of the things they thought of.
Yeah.
And they were showing them to me the other day, and I was just sitting there going, wow, because in the horizons, you are limited by what the room can do. And we know at the Soapstone, you and your great team at Inspire have put in so many great things for us. There's not a lot of room for us to add anything. So it's kind of tough to do that. So when we're coming up with ideas, it's like we have to use what we have. And so for us, what are the props? A bunch of coffee drinks, a coronavirus, a broom, and a sponge. That's it. That's all we got. So, you know, trying to find new ideas around those props is kind of tough. But you know what? They did it. And they've got some great ideas, and I can't wait for them to share them with everybody.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm holding back because I just want to burst, you know, and yell it from the rooftops exactly what they're working on. But out of respect for them and the process, I'm going to let them continue to work through that a little bit. But just know that there's some cool stuff coming. This next season, this next period of time in the Soapstone is going to be very exciting. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're working on some daytime stuff. You know, I don't want to get ahead too much, but just, you know, our theories, our ideas are, we want to pursue the teen show, which should be happening soon. We're working on the testing right now. Next up, we also want to do a UK show in their time frame. So it will be during the day at the Soapstone, but with a UK host and a UK team, and it should be awesome. So I've had a couple volunteers. We're still pulling all that together. It's going to take a little while. The last thing we want to do at this point during the day is a Spanish speaking show. That one, if anybody out there has ideas for somebody who might have the time and the energy to get involved with that Spanish show, we would love to have you. But it's going to be a total Spanish speaking show. We have a need for it now, and we're going to make room for it in the Soapstone. So daytimes, we've got great lineups at night, but daytimes are going to start also becoming more fruitful with entertainment. So we're getting there.
Yeah, and again, like none of that is stuff that I could do. Actually, none of that is stuff that you could do. But by us saying, let's see what you can do, and giving people the opportunities and then empowering them, and whatever resources we have, being able to provide them with those, we are ending up with something spectacular, something truly, truly special. Yeah, it's cool. So, and speaking of shows, I don't want to let this lapse without hearing a little bit about another show that you're doing. So let's talk about it on video here. Sorry, slight delay.
Great. I spend my time in the Soapstone, and we have
give us
a
the name of the
morning
word
show.
right quick again.
It's called Let's Talk About It. Let's Talk About It with LollyDee. And so I'm hoping it gets going next month. It's going to be, the Soapstone's a fun, great place, and we have a lot of laughs in there and feel good. My talk show is going to be more about some of the real stuff. I had sort of a challenging youth and adulthood, and I want to talk about some of that stuff. And I've got so many friends in here that have confided in me about struggles that they're going through, things that none of us would have an idea about. And, it's good for us to be able to be in these avatars and talk to people. You could come in an alternate avatar, not even the one you mostly wear, to talk about maybe something you got to get off your chest. And I know there's a big need for that. I know we've got lots of things going on do I talk too much? I see I'm talking too much.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Keep talking. Shut up and keep going.
That's why I have to have a show called Let's Talk About It, because we have to talk. It's like, let's talk about it. I say that every day, 10 times a day. Let's talk about that.
Well, let's talk about it, Lolly. Tell us more about it. Talk about it.
Well, when I came into the metaverse, like a lot of people, I wanted to do something. And I quickly discovered that I don't have the interest to be a major builder. I like to build a little bit. I have my own cave, conversation cave, but it's all asset built. Tamlis helped me throw it down a little bit, and it's just all, point and click stuff. I didn't build anything, but I'm not a builder. So I wanted to do something good in here. And I told you, I have sort of a difficult childhood and a difficult life when I was younger that I'd like to share with everybody, some of the things that have happened to me. But I've also discovered there are a lot of people in the metaverse that share those same difficulties with me. So, we all found it's easier to sit down and talk about those things behind these avatars. And that's what I want to do. So it is a talk show. If it ends up being 5 people that just hang out every week, I'm okay with that, whatever it ends up being. But there's just a lot of us that I think would benefit from, in my case, it was a difficult life, but I found my way out, and I like to share how I did that, and maybe it'll help someone else be inspired that's in my situation to find their way out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's obviously near and dear to my heart. One of the things that I learned in the addiction recovery process, going through the 12 steps, and attending meetings where people come in, and not only are they transparent about what they're dealing with, but they're leading with it. I'm Aaron, I'm an alcoholic. They're leading with it. And there's something powerful that happens when we talk about our struggles, when we talk about our shame, when we talk about our embarrassing things that have happened. Something magical happens. And what it does is it takes the power away from those things that have kept us weighted down and oppressed and trapped. Suddenly, when we say them out loud in a room of people, and instead of jumping up and running out screaming, it's a freak, like, instead of that, they go, hi, Aaron, or hi, Lolly. And they accept it and then move through it. It's amazing. And my friend, I'm of course so stoked and excited about everything that you're doing in the Soapstone, but this, let's talk about it. Wow. That's you are going to have an impact in people's lives. It's going to be
great. I'm very excited about it. But I will never leave the Soapstone. I love the Soapstone. I love what we do there. It fills me every day. I show up there 5:30 a.m. On the Pacific time. So if you guys are ever on super early, come find me. I will be at the Soapstone or somewhere. You'll be able to find me. But for me, it's like a godsend. It's like, oh, I'm so grateful to be here. And here's somebody right here. We both have our coffee, and let's have a conversation. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Don't misinterpret. Don't leave the Soapstone.
I'm not leaving the Soapstone. You can't make me.
Zach, the artist, loves that idea. Your idea of let's talk about it. And Harris says, secrets control you. Being transparent.
That is so true.
Empowers you.
So true.
Very nice.
So true.
Very nice. Yeah. Man, where did the time go, Lolly?
Right.
What did you think? How did you enjoy being on this
I
this
actually really
format?
liked it. I was terrified because it is scary to be interviewed. I've done it now a couple times, and it's so much easier. No, I'm not taking anything away from you and Jason, but it is easier for me to do the interviewing than it is when someone asks me a question. I'm like, oh God, I don't know what to say.
I get it.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you did great.
Thank
You were
you.
very engaging, very helpful, and just fun to chat with. So thanks for being a part of the Soapstone. Thanks for being you, and thanks for all the things you're doing with the
Thank you,
Horizon
Aaron.
Worlds community. And thank you all for watching. We're going to wrap it up here, but before we do, join us in World on Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern for the live studio audience recording of Well Metaverse. Join us in the Soapstone tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. for Good Morning Soapstone with Rick Party as the special guest. That is going to be awesome. And what else? What else should we announce, Eddie?
Well, we have stuff going on almost every night in the Soapstone. So, I mean, just check the calendar. My
Tonight,
gosh, there's always something.
Tonight's trivia. It's Tuesday, so we
Everybody
got
loves trivia.
Zach the artist is hosting some trivia tonight, and we got Lunch Lady has been actively staffing for that. Shout out to Lunch Lady.
Oh yeah, Lunch Lady. Let's talk about Lunch Lady and the hard job she has. Come on, all of these people, the time they spend. I mean, they just don't get enough credit. And Lunch Lady, right now she's the one making sure somebody's always covering a show, lining up the trainees. I mean, it takes, like you said, it takes a village to keep this place together. But Alma and Lunch Lady, I mean, they are knocking it out of the park with keeping us on top of what's going on in that place. So it's great.
Yeah, and that's such an important role that the two of them are kind of tag teaming to be able to engage with people that show interest in getting more involved, and then being able to coordinate getting them in the right spot at the right time.
Can I say one more thing? One more thing? I know I say a lot, but I want to say one more thing. There are a group of people who I think don't get enough thanks sometimes. One of them to me is Ace the Bass. I mean, I know you probably thank him a lot because he does a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, but I see him present at so many things, and so many of us are getting accolades and told how wonderful we are. And I know you tell him, but I just want him to know how much we appreciate him, because he is that person we can go to, and he just quietly handles things, just quietly does it. And we appreciate him very much, very much.
Ace the Bass is the man, like this dude. Yeah. He's, and you're right. He is behind the scenes. And then when he's on the scene, he's a quiet thinker. Like he's absorbing and thinking. So then when he does say something, you better listen, because it's something, it's going to be good, Yeah. But yeah, he goes, he's the unsung hero in a lot of this stuff. So.
Oh, and Mayhem, I had no idea he was as funny as he was. Did you look up that routine? Because that was amazing.
The clip, you're talking about the clip of the.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like, to my understanding, he was kind of riffing through some of that, and like it was good.
It was funny. He's great too. So, yeah. Anyway, we got a lot of good people at the Soapstone. I appreciate every one of them. It takes everybody, and it's great.
It takes a village. All right. So good things coming up. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being a part of the Well Metaverse show. We'll see you either Friday on Well Metaverse or next Tuesday here on Well Metaverse, or anytime in the Soapstone Comedy Club in Horizon Worlds. Yeah.